Hello everybody, so today we're going to rank every crew from best to worst. Now before we begin, I just want to say I'm going to keep this video quick because one, every single one of my ranking videos are like 20-30 minutes long, and two, it's fucking hot in the UK, okay? So I have to turn my fan off and shut my window for recording, so I'm literally going to burn alive. I might die making this video, okay? So yeah, I want to keep this video very quick. But I also want to explain why I ranked a crew at a certain position as well, so yeah, I'm going to have to do that. So I want to be as quick as I can, but also I don't want to die, so here we go. So the crews that we have are the Marines, Ultimus, the 5 crew, the Call of the Dead crew, the Transit crew, the Mob of the Dead crew, the Primus crew, the Shadows of Evil crew, the Chaos crew, the Dead of the Night crew, the Exo Zombies crew, the Infinite Warfare crew, and the World War II Zombies crew too. So here we go. Coming in at number 13, the worst crew in my opinion are the World War II crew. Now the World War II crew are bad in my opinion because there's only like one good character, and that's Marie Fisher. The other characters are terrible. I don't give a fuck about them. They have no story. Well, you know, from what I've played at least, which is like nothing. So I don't know, they might have an amazing story, but they're terrible in my opinion. I'm sorry if you can hear that dog barking. It's annoying. I'm sorry, I'm burning alive. I want to keep this quick. But anyway, the World War II crew suck because, to me at least, they have no story apart from Marie Fisher. You know, Olivia, whatever her name is probably one of the most boring characters that have ever existed. And I don't like them that much. They're okay, but they're terrible. One crew has to come at the bottom at least, so it's going to be this one. Now I thought as well I would individually rank every character from each crew as well. So I would say that Olivia is the worst, and then the black guy, I can't remember his name, is the next. Then I would say Jostin Hyde is the second, and then Marie Fisher is the first, because she actually has a story and is somewhat interesting. So coming in at number 12 is going to be the Infinite Warfare Zombies crew. Now I was going to put them at the bottom, but I thought, you know, they're actually kind of okay because they're somewhat manageable. Like, they're pretty terrible, let's be honest. They have no story, they're not really that funny, but I kind of like them. There's something about that crew that I like over the World War II crew. Maybe because I prefer Infinite Warfare Zombies over World War II Zombies, I don't know. But the characters have no story. Only one of them is somewhat okay, and they're pretty terrible, but you know, they're not great. You know, they are 12th, to be honest. And I don't know, there really isn't too much to talk about the non-Treyarch ones, because with the Treyarch ones, you know, people kind of care about them more. So obviously when we get to those, we'll talk about them more in detail. But, you know, there really isn't too much to say about the Infinite Warfare Zombies crew. The only reason I put them above World War II is because I actually kind of like them and prefer them over the World War II crew. So the characters that we have are Poindexter, Sally, AJ, and Andre. I don't know how I remember their names, okay? But anyway, I would say that AJ would be the worst, and I would say that probably Sally would be next. Then I would say Andre, and then I would say Poindexter is the best, only because he has like the rainbow hair in Raven the Redwoods. That's right. I was gonna say Attack of the Redwoods thing, and that looks pretty cool. It's the best costume out of any zombies character ever. Okay, like, it's amazing. But yeah, they're not great, but they're not terrible either. They come in at number 12 for me. So coming in at number 11 is the Exo Zombies crew. I don't know why I put these of the best non-Treyarch zombies crew. I kind of like them, but they're not really too insignificant. But they do have somewhat of a story. They are kind of interesting. And well, the characters that we have Oz, Lilith, Decker, and that one guy that I can't remember his name. The guy in the red, I don't know who he's called. But they're okay characters. They're kind of annoying, but they're not too annoying. I would say that the Infinite Warfare Zombies crew are the most annoying out of the non-Treyarch ones. But I don't know, I kind of like them. There's something about them that I like. But they're okay, they're not terrible, but they're not great either. I would say that the red guy is the worst out of the crew. Then I would say probably, I don't know, I'd probably say maybe Decker, then Lilith, then Oz, only because he actually is the most important character out of the group. And yeah, apart from that, they're okay, but they could be better. Coming in at number 10 is probably because of my personal hatred for this map, but it's the Dead of the Night crew. I've heard apparently good things, but from what I've heard and what I've seen in-game, I don't like them. They're pretty terrible, but they're not the worst, okay? There are 3 more crews that are worse than them, but they're alright. They're not terrible, but they're not great. They're a celebrity cast. They're okay. I can't really rank them from best to worst because, you know, I haven't really played too much of Dead of the Night. But I'd probably say that the gunslinger guy, I think that's what he's called, whatever, the cowboy, whatever his name is, I'd say that guy is probably the best, only because he's played by the guy that plays Roebuck in World at War. I don't remember his name, but he plays Roebuck from World at War, so he comes in at number 1, and the other characters are pointless. But I don't know, they're not terrible, but what I've heard from you guys that like Dead of the Night, they're not bad. So I don't know, but I'm going to put it here. I don't really have too much to say because I haven't played Dead of the Night that much. Coming in at number 9 are the Marines. That's right. So you might be saying, if you're ranking this from story, which, you know, it's pretty obvious that I am, why the hell did you put the Marines this high? And, well, it's quite simple. They do have a story, you know, they are in Mcdonough and Varrock, and they're pretty important because one of the Marines is Ultimus Tank Dempsey. That's right. So if you hate the Marines, you hate Ultimus Tank Dempsey. How the hell could anyone hate that character? He's an amazing character, okay? You just can't hate him in any way. And then the other Marines are okay. They don't really have too much voice lines, but they are important because they are the people that go after Peter McCain, who was in Varrock as a spy, and then he fled because I guess Varrock went overrun, and then he's in Shinonuma, and he's also in Gorokrovi, and he's also in Revelations. I don't know how, but the Marines have only been seen in 2 maps, and I don't really think we'll ever see the Marines come back again. They were pretty bland and boring, to be honest. I probably put them this high because they were the first crew I ever played as. You know, Mcdonough was the first map I ever played, so maybe that's why, and also Varrock is and also Varrock is my favourite map of all time, so, you know, I do like him. You know, Tank Dempsey is obviously important, and I would say, if I ranked them from best to worst, I would say that it would be Smokey, then John Banana, then Tank Dempsey, and then the 4th unnamed Marine at number 1. He is superior. He is the best zombies character of all time. He is so good, Treyarch didn't even give him a name. But, you know, the Marines come at number 9. Coming in at number 8 are the Call of the Dead crew. The Call of the Dead crew, I don't think in the community's opinion are very great, but I think in my opinion that they're very good. I don't really have a problem with them. They're fine. They're good. I've already made a video where I talk about them in detail, so I'm going to kind of, you know, if you want to hear more about the Call of the Dead crew, you know, you can go watch that video. It's all about Call of the Dead. If you love Call of the Dead, you'll love that video. But apart from that, you know, don't really have too much to say about them. They're great characters. I don't really see a problem with them, and they're overall good characters. If I ranked them from best to worst, I would say probably Danny Trejo is my least favourite. I don't know why, he just is. Then I'd probably say Robert England, and then it's I'd probably say Sarah Michelle Gellar, and then Michael Rooker. I don't know, I'm in between. I like both of them. I can't really decide, but I'll probably say that. You know, they're okay characters. Now I know what you're going to say, but Subkiller 7, you've been ranking these ones off stories so far, haven't you? And the Call of the Dead crew don't have a story. Well, they don't have to have a great story to be good characters. But, yeah, I am ranking this off story as well. But I don't know, I like them. They're good, but they're not the best Treyarch Zombies crew. So, yeah, let's move on. Coming in at number 7 is a crew I was going to put higher, but I thought this would be the best place for them. It's the 5 crew, that's right. So, the 5 crew are great, you know, they're very cool, very nice characters. They don't really have too much to them. 5 isn't a map that I personally like that much, so I can't really say anything great about them because I don't play 5, but I do know that they're very good characters, and I know that the community really like them, so I thought, you know, I'd put them very, you know, they're around about the middle crew, so, you know, they're good characters. They don't really have too much of a story that's really significant. I guess probably Robert Mcdonough is the only one that actually has more of a significant story because he was, I believe he was the one in the radios, in Classified, talking about Samantha, and also he was in Revelations in the radios as well, so I guess he's more important than the other characters. But yeah, they're very good characters, and I think they should come here. I think, in my personal opinion, I would rank them as probably, I don't know really, probably Richard Nixon at the bottom, and then Robert McNamara. Actually no, I'm switching those 2 around. I'd say Robert McNamara is my least favourite, then Richard Nixon, then the communist guy that I can't remember his name, and then obviously JFK at number 1. Who else would be at number 1, let's be honest. Fidel Castro, that's his name. There we go. But yeah, let's move on. Coming in at number 6 is a crew that if I put them here like 6 years ago, everybody would hate me for, but it's the Transit crew. Okay, I like the Transit crew. I think they're okay characters. They are very important to the story right now. Back in the day, in Black Ops 2, they weren't. But now I think they're really important characters. You know, they're now known as Victus, or Victus, I don't know how you say it. But they're great characters. They are annoying, that's the only thing I don't like about them. But I really do hope that we see him again in Black Ops 4, and people actually like him now, which is what's crazy. So if I rank them individually from best to worst, I'll say Stuhlinger is the worst, obviously. Then Marlton, then Russman, and then Misty at number 1, obviously. Who else was going to come at number 1? So yeah, I put them at number 6. I don't think they deserve to come in the top 5, but I think they deserve to be close. Coming in at number 5 is a crew I'm going to get hate for. It's the Chaos Crew. That's right, I put the Chaos Crew this high because, you know, they're very significant in their own story, obviously, and they're just good characters. I don't really have a problem with them. For the first crew of a new story, I think they were the best thing we got out of, you know, this new story by far. They were amazing characters, and I kind of lost my train of thought there. They're good characters, honestly. I don't see a problem with them. They're not really annoying. The only thing I don't like about them is Bruno is a bit, he doesn't really have too much coolness to him, I guess. I don't know, he's not really a cool character, but I don't really see a problem with them. A lot of people hate the Chaos story. I don't hate it. Yeah, I don't think it's as good as the Ether story, but I don't know, I don't hate them. I don't think they're terrible characters, and I really like them, and I think they deserve to come in at the top 5. Not anywhere higher than the other crews, but I think they deserve to come in the top 5, in my opinion. Okay, this is my opinion. But they're a great crew. Honestly, I don't see really too much of a problem with them. Yes, the Chaos story has problems, so I don't think the characters, specifically these 4, really do. So if I rank them individually, I would put Bruno at the bottom, then Diego, then Shaw, then obviously Scarlet is number 1. But yeah, they're great characters, and I think they deserve to come in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is the Shadows of Evil crew. This was a great crew, honestly. I really do like them. They are one of the best crews we've ever had, and the reason why I put them this high is because not only Shadows of Evil is a great map, but honestly, they're just amazing characters. They have so much development and story and lore and just everything about them. It's great. Like, they're not annoying, they're not unfunny, they work as characters. They're also some of the weirdest characters we've seen, like, in terms of just, like, I guess broadness. Like, you know, we have a police officer, we have a boxer, we have a magician, and we have a stripper. What else do you need? They are amazing. The best crew of all time. Well, not the best crew, because there's 3 other crews that come better. But I don't know, I really do like them. I think they're great characters, and I think they deserve to come in at number 4. So if I rank them from best to worst, I would say that the boxer, that I can never remember his name, would come in at number 4. Then I would say that Jackie Vincent would come in at number 3. Then I would say Jessica Rose would come in at number 2. And then, of course, Nero would come in at number 1. So yeah, I think they're great characters, honestly. I think they're a really great crew with a really great map. Coming in at number 3 is the Mob of the Dead crew. I don't really have anything wrong with this crew. They're one of the best crews we've ever had. They're on a really amazing map, and yeah, that's pretty much it. They're amazing characters. They have a really nice story. Well, I say nice, but they are pretty horrible characters, let's be honest. Like, they're not very nice people, you know, they've all done terrible things, okay? But I think as characters they're nice, but as actual people, they're pretty terrible. Kind of like, you know, Ultimus Richthofen, he's a nice character, but he's a fucking Nazi, okay? So, you know, I don't know what to say. But, you know, the Mob of the Dead crew are cool, you know, they have a nice story-ish, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, I think that they're okay characters. I don't really have a problem with them. Like I said, they're on Mob of the Dead. The community probably say it's the best map of all time, so, you know, I really don't see a problem with these characters. They're nice characters. They were way better than the Transit crew, let's be honest, okay? The crew before them. And, honestly, they're amazing. So, if I ranked them individually from best to worst, I'd probably say, in my opinion, okay. I'd probably say that Billy Handsome, or whatever the hell his name is, the guy with the white shirt, is my least favourite. I don't know why, he just is. And then I'd say that Finn O'Leary is my 3rd favourite, then Sal DeLuca is my 2nd, and then the Weasel is number 1. The Weasel is superior. But yeah, that's my individual ranking, at least. You'll probably hate that. But anyway, let's move on. So coming in at number 2, we all know what crews are left, let's be honest. So coming in at number 2 is going to be, even though they're my favourite crew of all time, the community would probably put it this way, because I've already done a poll where I asked you guys what you'd put at number 2 or number 1. So coming in at number 2 is Primus. That's right, Primus coming in at number 2. Primus are my favourite characters because I prefer the Primus story. Not saying that I hate Ultima's story, I just prefer it. But honestly, these characters are amazing. You know, you got Nikolai, Dempsey, Takio, and Richtofen. Amazing, right? The Primus versions are amazing. Now, the only problem I have with this crew is that Ultimus Nikolai doesn't really have an interesting story or really much character development right now, okay? We're on Ancient Evil right now, okay? But, you know, I don't really think he's the best character. I definitely prefer the other version that we'll get to later. But he's alright, he's not terrible. I really do like Primus. I prefer him over the other crew, we'll get into in a minute. But yeah, I like him, personally. I think they have a better story. People are going to take that and, you know, hate me for it. But I do. I think they have a better story, okay? I just like them. They're okay characters. I don't see a problem with them. They're funny. They're not too bad, you know. But they are a bit too serious, which is why I think people might not like them. You know, the other crew are a bit more jokey and light-hearted. Well, I think Primus are a bit more serious. But I don't know. I like them better, but that's my opinion at least. So if I rank them from best to worst, I'd say Primus Nikolai, then Primus Dempsey, then Primus Takio, then Primus Richtofen as my favourite. I just want to say Primus Richtofen is my favourite character of all time. I know a lot of people are going to hate that. I don't know why. Some people really hate Primus Richtofen. I don't see why. You know, I don't think, you know, I personally like him over the other one. So, coming in at number 1, the best zombies crew of all time is Ultimus. Now, Ultimus are amazing. Literally amazing. There is nothing that I can say bad about these characters. I can't even think of anything. There is nothing at all. They are amazing characters. Perfect. We should have this crew, like, in every single map ever. Like, we would never get tired of them, ever. Like, they're amazing characters. Unfortunately, they have kind of toned down Ultimus, you know, because politically correct bullshit in 2019, 2018, when Classified came out. But, you know, I still think they're fun. I do enjoy them. They're very fun characters. I think the reason they come at number 1 is because they're OG, but also they're just funny, cool, you know, they're light-hearted. They're not really too serious. I guess the only character that's kind of somewhat serious is Richtofen, because he has a plan and a goal he wants to achieve. But, you know, I think they're really fun characters. I don't really see a problem with them, and I think they really deserve to come in at number 1. The community would say that it's the best crew of all time, by far, and I definitely have to agree that they're the best in the community's opinion, but in my opinion, I prefer Primus, okay? Jesus, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know. That doesn't even make any sense. How do I think that Ultimus is the best crew, but I prefer Primus? That doesn't... I don't know. But anyway, it's getting hot in here. I'm going to die in a minute, okay? Get heat stroke, great. Exactly what I need now. But anyway, that's my opinion on the crews, so let's go back in time. So, World War II is the worst crew, then Infinite Warfare, Exo Zombies, Dead of the Night, Marines, Call of the Dead crew, the 5 crew, the Transit crew, the Chaos crew, the Shadows of Evil crew, the Mob of the Dead crew, the Primus crew, and the Ultimus crew at number 1. So that's my opinion. Do you agree? Probably not, but I tried to keep this more in the community's opinion. That's why I didn't put Primus at number 1. But let me know, what do you think? And I'll see you in the next one coming, I don't know when. I've got more videos in the works. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe and like and turn on the bell thing that everybody goes on about. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.